Welcome to an elite episode of Around the Big Ten. I'm your host, Lucy Rohden. Last week, I showed you the huge losses Indiana will be facing on defense this year, and today I'm going to row the boat up to the Twin Cities to take a closer look at my favorite Big Ten coach, Fleck, and the Golden Gophers. Minnesota finished 2017 at 5-7 with a 2-7 Big Ten record that landed them the 6th spot in the West. The big issue for the Gophers this year was their passing offense, where they finished 13th in the conference with just a 47% completion percentage and only 9 touchdown passes on the year. And it's not looking like things will get much easier in the quarterback position. Dimry Croft announced via Twitter that he would be transferring due to off-the-field issues, leaving Minnesota without an experienced quarterback. The Gophers have 3 possibilities for the QB spot, with rising sophomores Tanner Morgan and Seth Green and JUCO transfer Vic Viramontes. The skill positions will also be an issue for the Gophers. At the wide receiver spot, Minnesota is returning Tyler Johnson, who had over 600 receiving yards this season. But outside of him, Minnesota really doesn't have a solid option at that position, especially with Rashad Still announcing that he would be transferring. So I expect several incoming freshmen to see significant playing time this season. And you can't talk about the Minnesota offense without mentioning running back Rodney Smith. Smith had almost 1,000 yards on the season and helped the Gophers finish 4th in the run game in the conference. But Minnesota will be losing 3 starters on their offensive line, so don't be surprised to see their productive run game take a hit this season. Switching to the defensive side of the ball, this year Minnesota struggled defending the run. The Gophers allowed over 250 rushing yards to 5 different opponents and finished the season ranked 72nd nationally in the rush defense category. And it's almost impossible to be successful in the Big Ten with a weak rushing defense, especially when you're facing high-caliber running backs like Jonathan Taylor and J.K. Dobbins on a weekly basis. But on a lighter note, the Gophers will be returning linebacker Thomas Barber, who led the team with 115 tackles and was 3rd team All-Big Ten this season. So expect Barber to really anchor that Gopher defense this upcoming season. But far and away, the biggest storyline for Minnesota this year was the introduction of new head coach Fleck. Fleck definitely didn't have the season he wanted, but he is an elite recruiter, so things are looking up. But PJ's appeal as a collegiate coach is the elite mindset he instills in his players.
Being elite is a lifestyle and it's a choice. See, there's 5 types of people in this world. There's bad, there's average, there's good, there's excellent, and there's elite. You see, when you are elite, there's 3 phases to that. There's a necktie mentality, a Prefontaine pace, and a farmer's alliance. The necktie mentality is always attacking, never full. A great white shark is the ultimate symbol of the ultimate necktie. It's always attacking. Perfect. It's never full. It can grab a seal in its mouth, get 25 feet in the air, get parallel, come back down into the sea. Prefontaine paces, we want to attack everything with an urgent pace. We want to do it now. There's a lot of procrastinators in this world. We don't want to be one of them. Farmers Alliance. The Farmers Alliance is the trust part of our organization. 100% honesty all the time. You see, there's 2 parts of lying, and a lot of people and a lot of human beings are really good at these 2 things. There's omission and commission.
Perfect.
Omission is really kind of omitting some of the truth and then giving me some of the truth, omitting some of the truth, giving you some of the truth. Either way, it's flat out lying. Same with commission. That just means you completely lie. You have to be 100% honest within our culture, within our walls all the time. That's how our family continues to connect, and we continue to connect people. If you do those 3 things, you are going to have an elite lifestyle.
I don't know about you, but I am feeling really elite after watching that. And if football doesn't work out for my man PJ, he definitely has a future as a motivational speaker. But looking at football, I think he is a very talented coach that is taking Minnesota in the right direction. But let's take a look at what Fleck and Minnesota will see in 2018. The Gophers will kick off their season on a Thursday against New Mexico State, and then will face Fresno State and Miami, Ohio in the non-conference. Minnesota will open up Big Ten play with an East crossover on the road at Maryland, and the rest of their East schedule includes a trip to Columbus to face Ohio State and a home matchup against Indiana. The Gophers' toughest game are on the road at Ohio State and at Wisconsin, and Minnesota will face Iowa, Purdue, Northwestern, all at TCF Bank Stadium. I can't confidently say that I think the Gophers will improve next season just because of their offensive issues, but if Minnesota can find a solid fit at the quarterback position, I think they will improve. but their losses on the O-line and at the receiver position are very alarming. But I think big picture for the Gophers, it won't be much longer till they are contending in the West, as Fleck is bringing in an elite recruiting class and building some elite facilities. But that's all I've got for you today on Minnesota. Tune in next week where I will take a closer look at Rutgers. Be sure to watch DITV live every morning at 8:30. Once again, I am Lucy Rohden. Thanks so much for watching and have an elite day.